Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Just as we predicted, that's right, the Johnny Depp Amanda Heard saga continues and will go on forever. This is what happens when you point weapons at people. Some professionals who think the rules don't apply to them, and then our dumb criminal of the day. And we have a new feature, legal quote of the day. I think you're going to like it. All right, let's talk about it. Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reich. This is Crime Talk. Thanks for joining us. You know the drill. Like if you do, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell. Remember, you can listen to us on any of your favorite podcasting apps. Let's get to the docket. So let's go ahead and open the record for Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. Nearly 2 months after the Johnny Depp trial has been over, regarding defamation. Well, guess what? The actress has quietly sold off her California desert oasis. The 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom Yucca Valley estate, which sits on 6 acres of land in California, was sold off the market. Now, the property records show that on July 18th, the home traded hands for $1.05 million. The home goes to a New Jersey couple, Richard and Carol Jeanette Jorgensen, who also own property in Nevada and are founders of Jorgensen and Company. It's unclear how the Jorgensens discovered the off-the-market home or if there's a direct connection to Miss Heard. Now, Miss Heard purchased the home for $570,000 back in 2019, walking away with a hefty profit. But considering the $8.3 million that she was ordered to pay Depp after being found liable for the defamation by a jury, every penny is going to help. Now, as you may recall, Amber Heard was ordered to pay $10 million in compensatory damages plus the $350,000 in punitive damages. And what normally happens after judgment is awarded, when the judgment is final, liens are basically filed. The transcript of judgment is filed in every jurisdiction where somebody can find that there is a debt that is owed. Apparently, this was sold before that was taking place, but now everybody needs to make sure that it was a fair market value transaction. There wasn't a preferential treatment, or the judgment creditor could try and claw back any sale if they think that it was worth more. It's interesting, though, how it just happened to sell right before all this went down. I'm sure somebody will make an issue of it in court, but maybe Johnny Depp won't because, well, remember he said it's not about the money. All right. Now, there's been some newly unsealed documents that show that Ms. Heard walked away from a divorce payout that could have run into the tens of millions of dollars. Now, these unsealed documents show that Heard had her request denied from lawyers to seek half of Depp's $33 million he made filming the 4th installment of Pirates of the Caribbean, since it was made while they were married. Now, thousands of pages in these documents filed in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation case were unsealed over the weekend, including text messages between the actor and Marilyn Manson and his team's apparent attempt to bring up his ex-wife's brief stint as an exotic dancer at trial. The records show a series of behind-the-scenes moves by attorneys from both sides to get certain claims presented to the jury in the Fairfax, Virginia trial. One 965-page document filed March 25th detailed Heard's opposition to a series of motions made by Depp's lawyers, including one to exclude his medical history from the trial and others that asked to present potentially damaging information about the actress. Lawyers for Heard said Depp sought to inappropriately bring up Amber Heard's sister Whitney's reality show video and Whitney and Amber's past romantic relationship, the court files state. Depp also wanted to tell the jury about Amber's brief stint as an exotic dancer years before she met Mr. Depp. Her lawyers wrote, as they also opposed Mr. Depp attempting to frivolously and maliciously suggest or imply that Miss Heard was at one time an escort. The documents also showed new text messages between Depp and rocker Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner, who had been accused of sexual abuse and grooming, including by his former fiancée, Evan Rachel Wood, whom he sued for defamation in March. Now, in a 2016 text, Manson allegedly wrote, "I got an Amber 2.0, and also Lindsay just pulled an Amber on me. Please delete." Depp responds, "I've been reading a lot of material on that, and sociopathic behavior is an effing real, my brother. My ex, the C word, rhymes with punt, is goddamn textbook," he said. I did the rhymes with punt because you don't say that word. Then Manson, in an apparent reference to an incident where the police were called to Depp and Heard's shared Los Angeles apartment back in 2016, wrote, "I got a serious police Amber type scenarios with L's family. I'm effing stressing. I don't know if you're back, but I need asylum somewhere because I think the cops might be headed my way." Now, Heard's lawyers allege that Depp and Manson went on a drug binge together, including days before the actress arrived in Australia, and the two got into a now infamous fight that ended with the actor losing the tip of his right middle finger. The filing also includes a lengthy passage of allegations that Heard's attorney, Elaine Brendenhoff, claims she was unable to ask Depp's former agent, Tracy Jacobs, about including that the actor lied to the LAPD, included in the list of relevant and damaging information excluded at trial. Well, that Mr. Depp was appearing on TV drunk and stoned to the point that Disney executives called Miss Jacobs asking what the hell was going on with their client. It's not clear what alleged appearance the attorney was referencing in the court filings. Ms. Heard's team also claimed that these same issues appeared during the filming of the Pirates 5, and Disney told Ms. Jacobs that the conduct was not going to be tolerated. Disney was not going to put up with this, and that there was no love between Johnny and Disney given the Pirate 5 situation. Now, remember, Depp's relationship with Disney played a major role in the trial, and his lawyers argued that Heard's defamatory allegations cost him tens of millions of dollars in future Pirates revenue, while Heard's team argued Disney dropped the actor due to his own behavior. It is always interesting what comes into the jury, what was really the actual relevant information, or the court determined to be irrelevant. Well, needless to say, lawyers for the actor said Heard's team was offering misleading evidence, stating that Brendenhoff could have kept questioning Miss Jacobs for further 3 hours, but chose not to do so. Documents also show how Depp's attorneys excluded testimony regarding the actor's arrest record and ongoing litigation for other cases, including a lawsuit accusing him of assault that was settled last month. It will go on forever, ladies and gentlemen. And in another court document that was released, Amber Heard's sister apparently admitted the actress had cut off Johnny Depp's finger during an incident back in Australia. A newly released transcript of Jennifer Howell said during a deposition that witnessed Heard's sister, Whitney Henriquez, received texts from the actress in which she admits to her role in the violent incident. She, the sister, just screamed, "She's done it now." She cut off his finger and made this huge proclamation. Howell, an art curator, recalled, Howell also testified, and she goes, she cut off his finger, and then she bolted out of the door and was like, I gotta call somebody. And she went out the door and she called someone. She doesn't know who she called, but that's what she said. As I've stated from the beginning, the Amber Heard Johnny Depp saga will continue for years. It will provide great information and great content for the news and YouTube creators. But it just proves my point that the whole world is dysfunctional regardless of how much money you have. Frankly, it may make you sometimes a little more dysfunctional. All right, next on the docket. This is what happens when people point weapons at you. See this? A man armed with an AR-15 fled from a California liquor store screaming, "He shot my arm off," after the 80-year-old owner blasted him with a shotgun. Now, Craig Cope opened fire after the 23-year-old armed intruder entered his shop in Norco early Sunday morning. As the suspects frantically ran away, Cope suffered a minor heart attack from the shock of the incident. Now, 4 suspects armed with guns and wearing facial coverings had planned to rob the store, and according to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, employees say Cope, who has owned the store since 1967, saw the suspects heading his way, so he grabbed his shotgun and fired at the first robber as he burst in. You can take a look at the security footage. Isn't this great? The man screamed out after being hit in the shoulder and frantically running from the store. "He shot my arm off. He shot my arm off." The man can be heard shouting as he runs back to a black BMW SUV. The suspects were located a short time later at a local hospital where one of the suspects, a 23-year-old male, was suffering from a gunshot wound consistent with a shotgun blast. I wonder where he was. Well, needless to say, he remains hospitalized in critical but stable condition. The 3 other suspects were taken into police custody, booked into the Robert Presley Detention Center for robbery and conspiracy. They're all being held on a $500,000 bond. Good for them. That's what happens when you plan to take other people's property with a deadly weapon. It's called aggravated robbery. That's right, Mr. Cope, he feels threatened for his life. He should be able to defend himself. He should not have to become a victim. Well, the deputies identified the other suspects as 22-year-old Inglewood resident Justin Johnson, 27-year-old Los Angeles resident Jamar Williams, and 24-year-old Las Vegas resident Devon Brodus. The 23-year-old man who was shot in critical condition, he remains unnamed. Now, deputies responded to reports of an attempted armed robbery around 2:47 in the morning. They're near Norco, which is near San Bernardino. Like I said, the video surveillance shows the guy approaching with an armed rifle, and guess what? He gets shot. Don't take things from other people, ladies and gentlemen. Like many Americans, we got a dog during the pandemic. My quarantine dog, Miss Winnie the Bulldog. Now, Miss Winnie has grown accustomed to being around us all the time. When we were leaving the house, Winnie would have extreme anxiety, so we decided to look for natural products to help with her anxiety. We looked for the highest quality CBD treats, and we were not satisfied, and neither was Winnie. So we created a high-quality CBD product that absorbs faster and provides the required results faster. Baked in Colorado, CBD treats and beverage enhancers are made with nanotechnology. The nanotechnology makes the CBD extraction more pure, also allows for Baked in Colorado products to work faster. Baked in Colorado products can help reduce your pet's anxiety, ease joint pain, and help with your dog's skin problems. Go to our online store and see what Baked in Colorado product is best for your dog. When you order at bakedincolorado.com, enter code WINNIE and receive 15% off your first order. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your dog does not experience the desired results in 30 days, return the product and we will refund your money. No questions asked. Next on the docket, some professionals who think the rules don't apply to them. Well, a judge sent a fired Georgia college professor back to jail without bond on Monday to await trial on charges that he shot an 18-year-old incoming freshman to death while she sat in a car. Now, Richard Sigmund, who had been teaching at the University of West Georgia Business Department, lost his job on Saturday after his arrest for murder of Anna Jones. He made his first court appearance on Monday, charged with malice murder and 3 counts each of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Now, Sigmund, who's 47, appeared in a wheelchair with large abrasions on his forehead, which was also seen in his mugshot. The police said that he already had the injury when they located him after the shooting. Police alleged that Sigmund had been at Leopoldo's Pizza in downtown Carlton late Friday night and got into an argument with another man who told security that Sigmund had threatened to shoot him. Security saw Sigmund with a gun and ordered him to leave the restaurant. Sigmund then allegedly walked to a nearby parking deck, pulled out a Glock 9mm, and began shooting at a parked car, striking Jones, a recent high school graduate who was registered to start at West Georgia this fall. According to court records, one of Sigmund's bullets hit her in the leg and another hit her in the neck. Friends drove her to the medical center where she later died from her injuries. Police later found Sigmund with a head and leg injury and arrested him. Police also alleged that Sigmund and Jones did not appear to know one another and no known interaction before the shooting at all between the two. Surprisingly, I know this is going to shock you, but Mr. Sigmund, Mr. Professor, appeared to be intoxicated at the time. All right, how about another professional news? A federal jury in Denver has found a dentist and big game hunter, a guy by the name of Lawrence Larry Rudolph, guilty of killing his wife while they were packing to return home from their African safari back in 2016. Now, Mr. Rudolph is a Pittsburgh area dentist. He pled not guilty and claimed that Bianca Rudolph, his wife of 34 years, accidentally shot herself while trying to pack a shotgun in a rush. But prosecutors argued that it would have been impossible for her to shoot herself in the heart since the bullet that killed her came from 2 to 3.5 feet away. She must have some really long arms. Instead, prosecutors said that Rudolph killed his wife for the $4.8 million life insurance policy. That's right, the money. The jury also found him guilty of mail fraud for cashing in on that policy. The same jury found Rudolph's girlfriend and manager of his dental franchise, Lori Milleron, guilty being an act of accessory after the fact to the murder and obstruction of a grand jury, and 2 counts of perjury. She was acquitted of 2 other counts of perjury. So you got dead wife, hunting trip, big accident, really long arms, and you just happen to have a girlfriend to help spend the insurance policy. Yeah, that's not going to work out well for anyone. But hey, when you're wealthy, I guess the rules just don't apply to everybody. What have I said, ladies and gentlemen? There are 2 types of people in the world, those that are humble and those that are about to be. Finally today, our dumb criminal of the day. Please meet Douglas Deck Jr. He's 31. He was arrested Saturday on 4 counts of dealing in stolen property, 1 count of damage or removal of a tomb or monument, and 1 count of possession of a controlled substance after deputies found a little bit of fentanyl in his possession when he was taken into custody. Now, more than 125 vases were removed from the Memorial Park Funeral Home Cemetery plots. The vases were affixed to the concrete headstones on the gravesites and were meant to hold flowers and other ornamental decorations. Now, the removal of the vases cost the cemetery an estimated $150,000. Now, you may ask yourself, what did our dumb criminal contestant do with these alleged ornamental fixtures? Well, on July 21st, the deputies received a call from a local scrap metal yard where it was later determined that Mr. Deck had sold vases for cash on 4 separate occasions. Detectives were able to recover 124 of the stolen vases from the scrap metal dealer, a total of 661 pounds of bronze that Deck sold for a combined $1,149. Now, during the investigation, deputies say that Deck's bicycle was also located in the cemetery, which just happens to be located near Mr. Deck's home. And during questioning, Mr. Deck admitted that he found the vases and decided to keep them for himself. He remains in the county jail on a bond of $107,000. Hopefully it's a cash bond, which would be coincidentally about the value of the vases that were stolen. But he found the vases. Of course he did. He just found them and thought that he would keep them and then scrap them. Wow, that's dumb to think that he'd get away with it. All right, a new feature. How about a quote of the day? Here we go. To be an effective criminal defense counsel, an attorney must be prepared to be demanding, outrageous, irreverent, blasphemous, a rogue, a renegade, and a hated, isolated, and lonely person. Few love a spokesperson for the despised and the damned. That's right, Clarence Darrow. He knew something about trying a case, that's for sure. All right, thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and close the record. And unfortunately, I have a prior commitment today, so we will not be able to go live. But I will make it up to you next week, I promise. Maybe we'll do 2 hours live, and then our Patreon show. So be patient. I'll make it up to you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time on Crime Talk.